I get feeling her. Back more. Yeah, because it's here.
I feel like that would be so much fun.
You're right. I guess. I would have loved to see some love in this season.
So yeah, this will probably be it for tonight, I would think. I got about 29 minutes of the podcast left, so kind of works out perfectly. And by the time this will be done, it'll be 1 o'clock, so why not?
Okay. Alright, here's another question from Bazin. Why hasn't Enzo dropped any useful information about any of the alliances in all his goodbye messages? Seems like he's losing the most on post-eviction jury management and solely gambling on a bitter jury. Is there info that Enzo should be dropping?
Yeah, I mean, about his game. What are you doing, Enzo? He just keeps like, the house wanted you out, yo. That's all I got for you, yo. That's it. And it's just like, what does it mean? What does that do? What does it do for me? What does it do for you? What are you doing in the game? Like, tell me. That's why Tyler was telling people about his alliances, explaining the reasoning behind his moves. That's why Cody is telling Tyler about his alliances, explaining the reasoning behind his moves. And it's just like, yeah, yo, it sucks that you're gone, yo, that's it.
Could be worse. He could be acting like he had no clue that people were going to be leaving and that he has no alliances.
I think Enzo just doesn't have much of a strategy of like a winning game necessarily, as much as he has just a strong social game. And we're starting to see it play out, especially towards the end weeks where he doesn't necessarily have know what to do to make sure that his game is the top game, instead of just saying like, yo, I rode out with my dog, yo. And I hope you guys are bitter.
Enzo really is. He is a subscriber to the line of thinking that a lot of people do have, which is that the jury votes the person they like the most, the person that they have the best connection with, and they don't necessarily vote for the best player. They vote for who jury manages the best. And his version of jury management is I'm seeing they're complaining to me about Cody. They're clearly bitter about Cody. They're talking about how they're not going to vote for Cody, so they're not going to vote for Cody. They're going to vote for me. I'm the one bonding with them. I'm the one spending time with them, talking to them about their family, making genuine bonds with people. That's how you win juries, right? And I can see why he might think that, but I think he is missing out on the other half of that.
Well, yes, and I also will say, like, in Big Brother 20, nobody was telling Casey, hey, you need to take a big player out or else you're not going to win. I think the fact that people have told Enzo that he needs to make a move, that he specifically needs to get Cody out, like, if he doesn't follow through with that, at that point it's like, I get where you would think juries are going to vote this way, but when they're telling you they're not, and that you need to do this, then there's no excuse. You can't get to the end and pretend like you thought that they didn't, like, appreciate Cody's gameplay.
I think the problem is that the first, 4 jurors all told him the other way. They all were like, oh yeah, Cody sucks. We're not going to vote for Cody. Amen. Like, we love you, Enzo. And so he feels like for a long time, he was attached to that idea. Like, I'm going to beat Cody. This is great. I don't have to betray my friend. I can take my friend to the end and win. It's best in both worlds.
Cody is not a GOAT in the same way. Like, think about the times in game shows where the person who played well that people were bitter about or said that they were bitter about when they're leaving did win. That does happen too. Can't you get best of both worlds by appeasing Tyler and then also voting him out?
That's kind of a weird ending to the chapter, but whatever.
The problem is, I think the problem is that in order to break the barrier of I'm going to betray my best friend in this house, it's gonna require more than. Like, you need to be sure that you win, right? Like, it needs to be a guarantee. Like, okay, I'm cutting my friend to win the game, not I'm cutting my friend for a 15% better chance at winning this game, because then I've cut my friend and I still lose. Like, that's tough. And so when he has a lot of reason to feel like he can beat Cody in the end because the other players are going to be bitter, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to overwhelm that evidence with evidence that he can't beat Cody and he has to go against Cody and he can beat somebody else, and that he has to go to the end with that person.
I just want a final two
So we're about a
seasons of all
fourth of the way
yos
through the
and
game,
bros
right? In
and
terms of number of chapters.
A couple of yos and a couple of bros.
It's gonna be a lot of those. I think one fact though is that like I think Enzo has in the back of his head due to having so much knowledge amongst all of these evictions that he feels like he has made some of these moves that Cody has made, and since he's owning a lot of Cody's game, I feel like the jury just doesn't have the whole story yet. And he's probably gonna go into the end thinking that he played the same game or a similar level of a game as Cody.
Are they gonna end up
He has
together?
social connections, and maybe in his own head he's like overhyping the entire game that he's played, causing him to think he can beat Cody.
Taryn, is there any possible way that we have like some sort of like John and Netta situation with Enzo and Cody, where that Enzo could win the final 3 HOH and then not take Cody to the end and basically just say like, hey, you're too good, yo.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always a risk. You know, I think it's especially prone to happen if maybe Christmas is in the final 3 with them, because Tyler said under no uncertain terms you can beat Christmas. And so.
What about Nicole? Could you take Nicole to the end?
See, now Nicole is a little trickier because Tyler said you might have some trouble beating Nicole. He said he wouldn't vote for Nicole, but that Nicole could win, especially if she makes some moves. And so I think while Enzo might consider it, he's going to look at the options and be like, okay, I know a lot of people are bitter against Cody. They told me so on their way out the door. Tyler told me I might be able to beat Nicole, but I can't be sure about that. And now again, if I'm a little bit up in the air between these choices, I'm just going to default to like, do I lose my best friend and lose the game, or do I take my best friend and maybe lose, but maybe also win? It's the decision that Cody went through when he was in that spot, and it's the one that I think both Nicole and Enzo will make if they're in that spot.
But fair, if Nicole doesn't win anything, Enzo is Mr. Nicole, she doesn't win anything, yo, and a winner can't win my season, where he knows he would never vote for a winner. I think that might bias him against thinking that other people wouldn't vote for a winner.
Definitely. Because he's also been saying that all season as a reason to get Ian and Nicole out, and you know, they both made at least jury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a couple more questions. This is from Alicia. Is the commission something that Cody still talks about? I was surprised to hear him reveal that in Tyler's message tonight. Yeah, what was up with that? That was just another reason why he didn't vote for Tyler?
Yeah, explaining his game, explaining that like he has had a relationship with Memphis the whole time. He does not plan to sit next to Memphis in the final 2, and so hyping Memphis up as his next as Memphis. I had a deal with Memphis in the beginning called the commission. You could probably link that to the committee. It gives Cody some credit for the committee, which he will probably need. And when Memphis goes out of the game, then Cody has now revealed that information. It's not going to be something that Memphis gets to reveal to everyone.
I should have gone the other way.
It's overall, I think, absolutely the right move, and it explains also why Cody picked Memphis.
When we get back to Kamurocho?
He had to make that call of who to take out.
Is that in between cutscenes?
I think overall,
Wait, when do we get back here?
Yeah, plus he was picking his audience, you know, Tyler's known.
Oh, whatever, I guess. I didn't realize we were back.
Everybody, so he's feel like he's on a respect. So, he just must do it, you know? It's the quadruple, triple.
Preaching to the choir, yeah. He's double, triple dipping.
Okay.
We got a lot of people double, triple dipping, I guess. Triple dipping, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a question. Is this going to be the first time since season 3 that 2 people make it to the final 3 without being nominated? Okay. Who would that be? That would be Cody and Enzo?
Cody and Enzo, most likely.
We'll see.
And, you know, watch out for a Christmas HOH win.
Yeah. Okay. Who would Christmas put up, Taryn?
Cody and Nicole.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Nicole better win that beat up.
Okay, so just, Cody and Nicole, and then if Nicole and Cody are still up on the block on Thursday, Nicole will be voted out. It will be Enzo and Memphis will vote out. Probably.
As of right now, that's the plan, but I can't guarantee that will happen because Cody's sitting on the block for an entire week, and Christmas telling Memphis, we should take the shot all week long.
Yeah, especially Nicole, who can't win. Right.
Yeah, like, are we really gonna take Nicole out of the game over Cody? And with a week to think about it, very, very good chance that Memphis changes his mind and decides to cut Cody here, and that's potentially a winning move for him.
I do think Cody picked the right shield and Nicole a winner. Cause all you gotta keep on saying, she's a winner. You're gonna take her to Final Four, she's a winner. You're gonna take it this far? And that's all I would say. And honestly, that would have been enough for me to cut her out.
Cody has anticipated this scenario, and he has arguments planned for it in case he needs them with Memphis, saying things like Enzo will back him up, like don't burn Enzo by voting out Cody. If you vote out Cody, you burn Enzo, and now you've kept Nicole in the game, and everyone's going to want to take Nicole to the end, especially now that you've broken that barrier of your alliance. You're no longer guaranteed into the end. So he's got things planned in that case, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
Questions from Otev. Since Danny is Cody's representative in the jury house, we expect Cody to win if he's in the final two. The other jury members have a lot of respect for Danny and her game. Will Tyler also be pushing for Cody to win? I think the last part of that question is the part we haven't talked about. Mary, will Tyler also be another person stumping for Cody?
I think he probably could. I think unless Enzo makes a big move and then if Cody's not there, then I think he would stump for Enzo probably. But I do think that he probably is going in that direction. I think Tyler's not bitter and he respects the gameplay. I think also some of it is going to depend though on if the jury feels like Danny's if she feels like it was just because they were friends, her and Cody and buddy, or if she has like real reasons for thinking that Cody could be the best. Because if everyone is respecting Danny because they thought she was in the driver's seat and then find out, oh, actually Cody was, it probably increases their respect for Cody but decreases theirs for Danny, so it's a conundrum there.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is right, and I think Tyler is going to come in and he's going to say, I told Enzo you need to take out, you need to double, triple dip and take out Cody. And I think they will all be.
I'm not feeling great about my stopwatch, by the way.
Going to make the move to take out Cody. If nobody does it, they're going to give it to Cody. I think it's pretty straightforward at this point.
I think Tyler's really gonna not even pay attention to pushing Cody. I think he's just gonna say, yeah, you guys, Enzo did amazing. Oh, you guys are down on Enzo. Enzo did this and that. He's gonna just keep on hyping up Enzo to the point where Enzo and Cody are at the final two. And they're gonna be like, well, Tyler did say Enzo did all this. You know, so.
I do think you are right. I think that Tyler won't sit by and let Enzo be trashed as well. I think that he will. If Danny is saying Enzo did nothing, Tyler will be like, oh, no. Enzo had a final 2 with Cody. Enzo had a final 3 with Memphis. He had a final 3 with Christmas. Enzo had a final 3 with me. Like, Enzo's been playing this game. Don't sleep on Enzo. But I think that, like, other people will be like, okay, but is he just playing for Cody? And I think that's where it will come down to. But I could see Tyler eventually coming around to being an Enzo advocate, and that could be good for Enzo. But as of right now, it feels like the momentum is in the Cody direction. But maybe we'll see in the next 2 segments.
Taryn, can I ask you this question about Tyler? Does he care enough to campaign for anybody?
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that Tyler's going to get to the jury house, and they're going to be like, oh, Tyler, what happened? And he's going to be like,
whatever.
Well, none of you are Angela. Hold on, where's Angela? He's been...
Whatever.
They get to I think at the very least they get like video messages from their loved ones in the jury house, and so he's just gonna be like he's gonna get a video message. It's gonna be on replay like endlessly.
It's sweet.
Whatever.
Okay, the paths forward, YT says, I'm new to this show and I love the podcast. My question is, are Taryn and Rob father and son? I would love that. Yes, Taryn is my father. Yes, that is correct. Thank you, new listener. Nailed it. Perfect.
I am your father.
And the pod father and Taryn.
That's correct. All right. Anything else that we want to talk about here coming into this home stretch?
I have a great question.
Yes, Josh.
Alright, wait, hold on. Actually, no, never mind. I can't get it.
What happened? You dropped it?
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Oh.
Yes.
Was it running away?
Don't question me, Barry. All right. Listen. Anyways, you guys, is Cody a good player? Like, what? How do we
Is
rank
Cody a
him?
good player? Yes.
How do we rank him amongst the best? Because he's running an All-Star season. That's some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff right there.
I think it's a little early to have that conversation personally. I feel like we haven't seen it play out yet, and sometimes we have this conversation and like for all we know, Christmas is currently the HOH, and Nicole wins the veto.
Let's have it. Let's have the conversation.
And Cody's gone. If Cody's gone this week, then I think at the very least, like an elite tier social player, like in his first game, for as much as he had advantages coming into the season, absolutely, he had connections, he had relationships with people that not everybody had, but even on his first game, his social game was just as good. He had just as many people who were playing the game for him, who gave him all of the information, who let him, dictate their decisions. He's very, very good socially. His strategic game has improved since Big Brother 16. Not dramatically. I've always been somebody that said he was underrated on 16, that he was involved in a lot of the decisions that him and Derek made together, but he's clearly stepped it up a notch here this season, so definitely good there. And then competitively, he's won 6 competitions so far. Who knows how many more he'll win this season. He's up there in terms of all-time competition wins overall in all seasons. I mean, at the end of the day, even if he's evicted right now, I think you got to look at him as a top-tier player. It's just a matter of where do we go from there.
All-time snoozer as a TV character, though.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff right there. Cause boy, it is one boring game.
But his best content is like, what's an in-law?
Yeah. Yeah. What's a Texan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Texas. Never heard of that. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
And he used to also talk about back in BB16 that he was obsessed with who was the High School Musical guy?
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron. Yeah, he hasn't
Kinda
talked
looks
about.
like him.
Does he talk about
Big
Zac Efron?
fan.
Does he talk about Zac Efron anymore on the feeds?
I haven't seen him talk about that. No.
Full statue
So, he's
on
over
top
it.
of the second
Kind of looks
floor.
like him. Now that I'm thinking about it.
North
It's a little bit like
end.
Dr. Will talking about Neil Patrick Harris.
Zac Efron has not stopped by the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary, anything else you want to add?
Oh, this.
Besides, you love Enzo.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with some of the people. Do you think it's gonna be a thing, or is it already a thing, to go into the game trying to be the person who gets the ditzy edit segment? Like the Rennie time zones cis grammar segment? Kind of feel like that's kind of like a fun place to land.
Well, I talked about this earlier, that he is doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
That he talked to Nicole about this. Basically, especially once Zingbot was like, your IQ is 10. He told Christmas, he's like, I'd rather be dumb than cold. Like, I got the better one here. And he talked to Nicole about how, like, yeah, you play it up in the diary room sometimes. And when you give them what they want and you play it up, then they give you more airtime. And the more airtime you have, the more exposure you have, the more money you can make from your experience playing the game. It's all part of the thing, and they love their these segments on like little misunderstandings. It's one of their favorite things.
Yeah, add that to the polls of who's gonna get that for each season, pre-season. Like, who do you think's gonna get that
Who's going to get the
segment?
dodo edit?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's fine. I'm not doing any kind of official rankings. I'm doing them on my rewatch. So right now, June's still in first place.
Hey, who got the dodo edit this season? Enzo?
Cody.
Cody's getting it. Cody.
Yeah.
With
Because my dodo edit.
Yeah. Josh, anything else that you want to say about the season?
Well, they're not going to be positive. But other even that though, you know, I really think Julie should look great this season. Wow.
Yeah.
She is looking amazing. She's kind of great.
Loves God.
Yeah, loves God. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Name like Christmas. Like, you know.
Hey.
You know.
All right. Let's take some. We'll take a look at what's coming up on RobbinsWebsite.com. Okay. We'll talk about. Taryn and I did a podcast.
Go to Purgatory. We're going to Purgatory again?
That goes into emotional intelligence and how it impacts Big Brother. We'll have that for you this weekend. Very fun
What's
podcast.
this?
Be on the lookout for that. Some additional Big Brother content coming up this weekend. Then, Booyah and Liana are back to talk about more Masked Singer. That is... who's your favorite, Josh?
Oh my God. I don't know. Listen, Candy from last season was my favorite. Alright, I watched that season entirely. Did not know they had another season already, but
yes.
I thought you were asking
Is this a giraffe?
with Booyah or Liana.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna say the giraffe just to troll, but
Mary, who's your favorite, Booyah or Liana?
Fuck, this guy has a lot of health.
You can't choose, you know. The crown or the tiara.
I think I can say this. I love Liana, bro. She just makes me really happy. I love Booyah, but
Sorry, Booyah. Sorry, King. Sorry. Exit interview tomorrow, but I'm saying we're doing it. Throw this card away, Scott. I'm gonna put the Tyler exit interview in the podcast with Taryn tomorrow. How about that on the flop? We're gonna get one. We get one. We'll see. Okay. Live feed update with Josh's second favorite member of the Booyah.
Why give him so much health if he fucking dies so
easily?
easily?
11 a.m. Eastern.
Look how much damage we're doing.
8 a.m. Pacific. Live feed update. Tommy Bracco is on the slot, plus Tyler's exit interview. We get one back.
Just to be safe.
Coming up on Friday. We'll be live tomorrow afternoon with that one. And then we'll have on Monday night, we'll be back to talk about, let's see, Tyler's Hail Mary. See who won the HOH. It's all going to be on Monday night, live, 9:15 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, Taryn Saturday Night Roundtable this weekend. Yes. Okay, be on the lookout for that. We'll update Legacy Watch. Where will Tyler fall?
Where will he fall? Man, Tyler, who seemed like the most poised to enter the Pantheon, has now been evicted, and I'm now curious, can he maintain top tier?
Yes. All right, we'll see. I don't think so. We'll see. Tyler, what do you think?
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared me for a second. I was gonna be like, oh my God, I'm such a fan.
Of course, all this podcasting is powered by the patrons of Rob Has a Podcast. Head on over to robbinswebsite.com/patron to see more about what we have going on. We have a patron 5 for 5 coming up later on tonight. That's when I get together with the First Lady of Podcasting, Nicole Cistrino. Talk to her about how some people think that Taryn is my son and much more over on the Patron 5 for 5 earlier tonight. I was live with Jason Reed. We talked about everything that was going into this pregame eviction.
What of an age difference is there?
Next Thursday for the Big
How old is
Brother
Taryn? Is he
22
28?
Eviction night pregame
Rob's
show.
what, 41?
So join us next Thursday live.
Or so?
Patrons of Rob Has a Podcast. And then, of course, follow us on social media where we share lots of clips from the shows in case you ever miss anything. Rob Has a Podcast on Twitter, at RHAP Grams on Instagram, or our Rob's a Podcast Facebook page. And of course, coming up, we are closing in on a big election. Make sure you register to vote. Head on over to vote.gov and find out what you need to do to get registered in your state. Don't be the double, triple dipping. Just vote once. Head on over to vote.gov to make sure you're all set for your voting plan for November 3rd. All right.
I love that.
Yes. Thank you.
20-year-olds, vote, please. Do your thing this year.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. Josh, you have a bell. Did you get that just for the podcast, or you had that just lying around?
No, I have this game called Pit, and
Pit?
Yeah.
How do you play Pit?
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's like a stock market right now, and hi everybody. Yeah, it's a stock market. If you know what Pit is, send it to Rob because I am terrible at explaining things.
Mary, what's pit?
It's great, yeah. It's like a stock market, and you got commodities, and you trade them around really fast, and you got to ding the bell, and you win.
I got two.
It's like
Yeah.
stock
Yeah.
watch?
Not quite like the stock market.
what
It's
do
great.
we want?
It's great. The kids would love it.
We're really on health.
Alright, the Taryn would be into it. He loves the stock watch.
Stock watch is great.
Yeah. Josh, where can people keep track of you on social media?
Well, that is a great question, Rob. You guys can follow me at joshceo.jw. I post a bunch of random stuff, and right now it's Zen mode for me. We're gonna talk a lot more about spiritual things, you guys.
You're in
your
Zen
chakras
mode?
right. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, you know, when you're just having a rough day.
That's a lot of money to be spending.
Really relax.
Josh, tell me, how do you get into Zen mode?
Oh, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody, practice with me right now. Hello.
Okay.
Hi. Can you guys hear me good? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
So I want everybody to just stay relaxed. Close
Yes.
your eyes for me 1 second. Yes. Breathe.
Whatever. It's probably more money than I need to spend here, but whatever.
Quick sigh. Let go of all your nerves. All of it.
Yes.
That was a quick
That's
one
it?
with Joshua.
Okay. That's what you do? You do this for people on Twitter?
No, but I should. Oh my gosh. That's a great idea.
Yes. Okay.
Charge people.
Alright. I was doing the strategic snake. Okay. Okay.
You're not
Alright.
supposed to be thinking, Rob.
Wish I could turn that off. Okay. Josh, always good to see you. Of course. Mary, what do you have going on?
Okay, so while we're here,
Kalski Cast, which has turned into the
oh, is that all they have?
of teen dramas and people forcing me
Fine, I
to watch
guess.
horror-based
A lot of
TV
money, though.
shows.
Like what?
Well, it did a rewatch of Haunting of Hill House, and I guess Bly Manor's coming up, so I'll be doing Haunting of Bly Manor for anyone who's interested in that. I've been sleeping with my lights on all week.
Whoa.
Did you watch Wolf Creek?
Yeah. You know what? If
What's the
people have
beer?
suggestions, send them my way. Based on my time schedule, it'll probably come out in anywhere from 6 months to 4 years. But you know, Twilight podcast is going great, and Riverdale's on hiatus, but it's coming back in January. So get ready.
Okay. You gotta
Is
look
that
out.
it?
And of course, Karen, what do you have going on tonight?
Hey, King.
I guess so.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Armstrong Taryn. You can find me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Taryn Armstrong. I was live earlier today talking about the stock watch. I mean, if we get something super interesting tonight, maybe I'll go live tonight. You never know. That's why you gotta go there and you gotta hit the follow button on Twitch, and you'll be notified.
Can't go that
when I
way?
live. You can hang out with me, ask me questions.
Oh, we don't need to go that way either.
So check it out. You'll of course find me tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update whatever happens today and tonight on the Big Brother 22 live feeds, and then I'll be on the slot, and then we'll do the round table on Saturday, and we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop.
Alright, Taryn, very excited to talk some slop with you tomorrow. People have already been sending me in some suggestions. People want to talk about Enzo has a foot fetish stalker. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't talked about that, so let's see what's going on with that. Mary, are you less in on Enzo yet?
I need that explained. Does he have a foot fetish, or just someone?
No, I think there's someone that has that loves feet and wants pictures of Enzo's feet.
Who doesn't?
Okay, we'll talk about that.
You want to see pictures
汗
of
で
Enzo's
体
feet?
中がベタベタしてたからサウナにでも
Okay,
行こうと思ったんだ
that
け
is
ど
much more
隣の店にシャワーがあったから
on
勝
the
手
slot.
に
You
使わせ
know,
てもら
Taryn,
ったわ
we are now talking Big Brother
多分
into
昔風
October
俗
here
店
on
だ
the
ったんでし
podcast.
ょ
I'm just
狭い
wondering,
フロアに
like,
あんな
should
に
we
シャワ
have
ー
like
ルームを
a
設置して
finale
関西なら
night
一発で検挙だわ
Halloween
ね
party?
体はもう大丈夫なのか
What are we gonna dress as?
I don't know.
Are we gonna dress as Cody with confetti coming down?
これでいつものよう
I
にい
don't
るから
know. We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe she never
Nicole
will.
with confetti coming down. Is that worse? I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
Alright, but either way, that's the end of the podcast. There's a little, like, 10 seconds left. So 100% they're gonna end up together by the end of this game, right?
登場界の過去を調べるために 俺に近づいたと言ってたな。
Again, based on what I know about the series, I doubt it lasts the entire way.
彼の身辺保護をすれば登場界に近づける。そうすれば過去に何があったか調べることができるわ。
盗み聞きするつもりはない。
Excuse me, I only bought one beer. I don't know why there were multiple in that bag.
そこまで分かっていて、なぜカムロ町に連れてきたの？
登場会と聞いたからな。
興味があるの？
So we'll end after this cutscene.
まあな。何があったのか教えてくれ。
ママが話していた通り、私は本当の親を知らないまま育ってきたの。小さい頃から病気で死んだと聞かされていたけど、ママが何か隠していること。
How many orphans are there in this fucking game? It's like almost every fucking character is a fucking
その時
orphan.
ママが電話で怒鳴っているのを聞いちゃってね。
なんて言ってたんだ。
カオルは登場界のせいで不幸になったってね。
登場会のせいで。
あの時ママは私の過去を知っている人と話をしてたんだと思う。それから十数年、何度となくママにそのことを聞いても何も教えてくれない。そんなこと聞いても幸せになれないって言うばかり。
お前の勘違いってことはないのか。
ママの反応を見ればわかるわ。絶対に何かを隠してる。でもママを問い詰め続けるのは私も辛い。だから警察官になって自分自身で調べる道を選んだの。
お前は両親を登場会に殺されたと思っている。
これだけ自分の生い立ちを隠されたらそう推測するのが普通でしょ。
それを確かめるために身辺保護の名目で俺に近づいたってわけか。
相手に手の内がバレちゃ刑事失格よね。
お前の気持ちわからないでもない。
え？
俺にも隠された過去があったんだ。
隠された過去？
ああ、だが俺はそれを知ってしまったことで苦しかった。知らない方が良かったとさえ思った。もしかしたら人間には知らなくてもいい過去があるんじゃないのか。
それは自分の過去を知っている人間のセリフ？
そうかもしれないな。
うん？行きましょう。
Okay. We'll end here. I'm tired. We will obviously continue on next episode tomorrow morning, probably. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Well, actually, I just want to do one more thing. Actually, then is do this. Okay. Holy shit. I didn't realize we could buy that many. Okay. Need 160 of that. Okay. pretty good too. Alright. Maybe the second one wasn't actually necessary. I think originally I should have done that one, but what are you gonna do? That's it. Now we'll save. Did I save already? I did. I'm a fucking idiot. We'll save again. But yeah, we're done. Thanks for watching.